What's up, guys? Programming your Ford 2003 to 2007 truck with a STC X4 programmer. So some people wonder, how come a programmer over a chip? Well, on these trucks the transmission learns, and you have to drive 50 to 80 miles for the transmission to get in sync and to shift smoothly, and to run what it's learned. 6-position chips, pretty much like 40 horsepower, 60 horsepower, 100 all the way up to 140 or whatever. It's nice because you can select it as you're driving on the go, rather than with a programmer you have to stop the truck, follow some instructions on the programmer, and overall probably takes 10-15 minutes. But what's not nice is that when you do use a chip, when you switch that dial on the go, your transmission has to relearn that, and so you have to drive another 50 to 80 miles before romping on it, or you could damage your transmission. Because once you switch that dial, it pretty much resets your transmission, and it has to relearn all that again. So for your first step, you're going to want a programmer. This is the X4. X3 works, same thing, or the live wire. Just the live wire will show you your gauges all the time. You can data log with this, but pretty much I just use it for programming. If I didn't have these pillar gauges, I would probably get the live wire, because sometimes you want to keep an eye on your EGTs, or your exhaust gas temperatures, because when you're running a hot tune, you can start melting stuff down and damage your engine. I had this plugged in. I'm just going to re-plug it in here to the port here. Turns on. So first step was getting one of these. So the only thing you need to know on this, if you're going to get it off like eBay or get them used, when you check it out, don't have it mailed to you. Just don't. Go look at it, pick it up, go down to device info, keep going down to unlocks. Unlocks left, 4 right there. What an unlock is after you use this on a vehicle, every time you use it on a vehicle, not the same one, but say I use it on my truck and then I use it on a buddy's truck, every time I use it on a vehicle, you lose an unlock. That way, that's their way of making sure that you have to buy these. Because if I buy one and then give it to a buddy so he can do his truck, and then that buddy give it to another buddy, and just on and on. And so it's kind of their way of making sure that you keep buying them. And unlocks left. So I got this used from one guy, and it says it has 4 unlocks left. If you use up all the unlocks, then you have to send it back to the factory, and it costs $150 for them to put 5 more unlocks on the device. The next thing is your truck up to the test of tuning? A lot of the tunes, if you're looking to add more power, adds more strain to the engine, and this being a 6.0, your head gaskets are most likely going to go. And so I don't recommend running a tune at all if you do not have studs. If you're just normal head bolts on your head gaskets, I would highly recommend not doing a power tune. There's economy tunes, which I'll show you in a second, of all the different tunes. But if you're going to be running high pressure power tunes and hammering it every once in a while, you might be fine, but most likely your head gaskets are going to go. So I highly recommend being bulletproof. So I used the Quick Tricks Automotive for the programmer. That's where I got my tune. So 2003, 2007, make sure you get the 123-1 first custom tune purchase. The first tune is always $50, and then after that, it's $40. So pretty much go down there, has a list of all the tunes. I got the Looney Tune. If you're not sure exactly which one you want, you can go way down, and it has a description about all the tunes. And not all the tunes you need to be bulletproof, but for the higher ones, let's see here, like the Looney Wild. That's crazy, but 20, 30 horsepower more than Looney, but we only offer it to customers that have aftermarket head studs. So they won't sell you it if you don't have it. They're good that way. They're not going to sell you something that's going to blow up your truck. I would give them a call, kind of ask them about it. Here's their pricing. 50 to 40. If you have aftermarket injectors and turbo, and you can get like a bigger file, then 65 first and then 55 after that. So, like I said, I got the Looney. It's designed for daily driving, but we've been told it's just better than stock. As long as you're not always on the pedal, it will save fuel. It's written to give you the most power for daily driving. While still keeping your head gaskets intact. They can be fairly fuel efficient. So, rear wheel horsepower, 130, 160. I run about right in between there, about 140, 145. But there's also just like economy tunes that you don't even need head studs. You can just throw that on there. So from there, you just pick whatever tune you want. Say you get the Looney, and then it's just information. Year of truck, model of truck, gear ratio. You can find that inside the driver's door, I think. Like where the serial number tag is, tire size, blah blah blah, just everything. You find the engine strategy and the transmission strategy on the programmer itself when it's plugged into the truck. Serial number for the tuner, that's on the back of your tuner on a sticker. All these questions here. So it's pretty simple stuff. If you don't know who built your injectors, like I didn't know, I just put unknown and then just put the normal size. I can't remember what the stock size for my truck is. If I just put stock injector size. What brand turbo? Normal, Garrett turbo, basic. Didn't really have anything else installed, but they just want to know about your truck, and this is what makes a custom tune better than the can tunes, because all the can tune is just more fuel and air, so you'll notice a world of difference. So after you order that, that's quicktricksauto.com. Just go to the first custom tune, go to Drive or SCT.com, go to support, SDC software, downloads, device updater. That's what it looks like. So after you download that, this is the device updater I have. Hook up your programmer to your computer and then check for updates. I'm not going to push any of this because I don't have it connected, but check for updates first and then load custom tune, and then you can browse wherever that tune was downloaded. Just pick that one and then say transfer tune to or file to device. Now that your tune is loaded, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in, and I'm not really gonna program it because I got this truck dialed in really good, so I don't really want to mess with it any more than I have to, but I will show you what you do. Program vehicle, blah blah blah, street use notice, legal stuff. Turn the key on, continue processing data. Okay, so there's your preloaded tunes. We don't want that because preload tunes are cool, but they don't utilize your truck to the max capability. Looney right there, that's the one we want. So like I said, I'm not going to do it because push that, it'll start loading it. But you just go in there, follow the, if you can operate a smartphone, you can operate this. You just follow the instructions carefully. Make sure not your radio's off, not playing anything. So, I mean, that's on, but I'm not tuning. Air conditioner, all your accessories off before you do this. And then just follow the instructions. And it'll have a loading bar. It'll have a loading bar, like, showing you how complete it is.
So exit this.